While the 2000s sadly saw the decline of many of our favorite arcades, the decade still produced some memorable games that could stand with the best of them.
Stay alert!
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're continuing our series on the top 10 arcade games per decade, with our picks from the top 10 arcade games of the 21st century.
Woohoo! You're so cool!
For this list, we're looking at the best games from 2000 to today in terms of commercial and critical success, and their ability to draw crowds to the arcade despite the business's failing interest. To be clear, we're not counting Xbox Live Arcade games or any other form of online entertainment. The game needs to actually be played in an arcade to be eligible.
Never thought I'd be back here.
Number 10. Afterburner Climax. Bringing the classic tunnel shooting fighter jet franchise into HD, Afterburner Climax really made you feel the need for speed in this incredibly fast-paced shooter. And we mean incredibly fast. Coming in a cabinet that tilted left and right as you flew your jet, Climax supplied the player with an unlimited amount of missiles, and even allowed you to slow down time with its Climax feature to allow you to lock on and destroy multiple enemies at once. If you're looking for a wild adrenaline rush, be ready to push your reflexes to the max.
Checkmate leader, do you copy?
Number 9. The House of the Dead 4.
Kate, this is it. Give it all you got!
Continuing the popular franchise that began in the 90s, this game is the fourth installment in the series and not only brings some nice updated graphics, but a few new gameplay features as well.
There weren't so many of these things last time.
The game includes a critical shots counter in which the player is rewarded for headshots and collectible grenades that are used to blow up zombies. It is also notable for being the first arcade light gun game to include a widescreen HD display, and as a result, it looks absolutely stunning. Shooting zombies has never been so fun.
Get out of our way!
Number 8. Ghost Squad. Another light gun shooter. Here you step into the shoes of a member of the titular squad to kill terrorists and save the president. You know, every video game anti-terrorism organization's weekend job.
The terrorists have taken over the plane. Their motives are uncertain.
The game is notable for the gun's recoil, and the ability to physically set the gun from single fire to burst, or even fully automatic. While light gun shooters were nothing fancy in the new millennium, this game added a few surprising twists and became an instant classic. Number 7. Tekken 5. Okay, there wasn't a whole lot of original arcade games in the 2000s, was there? Regardless of originality, Tekken 5 proved a smash success and invigorated the fighting genre in arcades. In this fifth installment of the popular franchise, the game eliminates controversial features of the previous entries, such as the uneven stages and return to the fast-paced roots of the original. As one of the best titles in the series, this entry became the standard for all future Tekken releases.
You win.
あんた弱いわ。
Number 6. Outrun 2. Even though it's called Outrun 2, this is actually the fourth entry in the series. Sega employs the same numbering system as Rockstar, apparently.
Congratulations!
The game has two modes. There's your classic Outrun mode, driving from start to finish with multiple branching paths to get to the goal, and Heart Attack mode, where you drift around corners and narrowly avoid other cars in order to fill your girlfriend's heart meter. It's an original concept compared to the traditional racing games prevalent in arcades. The originality mixed with gorgeous graphics and a unique soundtrack made this game a memorable one. Number 5. Mario Kart Arcade GP.
Toad, impressive shortcut.
You know how much fun Mario Kart is when you're not trying to kill your friends? Imagine playing it in an arcade, and you have an idea of how good this game was.
Toad, rocket start.
The gameplay follows the basic Mario Kart formula, but in a sit-down kart that you can drive. Its unique features include taking a picture of your face to display next to your driver, and playable crossover characters such as Pac-Man and Blinky. Incredibly fun due to the competitive nature of the arcade, the game's take on the classic formula was a true hit. Number 4. Silent Scope 2 Dark Silhouette.
Watch out! The enemy's going to shoot!
Silent Scope 2 took the light gun concept and flipped it on its head to create something truly unique and fantastic.
Is he a freelance sniper?
The game features a large gun mounted to the cabinet in the form of a sniper rifle, with a second screen inside the scope, immersing the players in the shoes of the sniper. While the original included this feature, the sequel took the Time Crisis route by adding co-op play.
Amazing. You mean that you know this monster?
The settings were gorgeous and varied, including an opera house and London's Tower Bridge. The console version sadly didn't quite match the immersion of the arcade, but if you can still find this game around, you won't be disappointed.
All I need to do now is to input the launch code, but I never like an easy ending.
Number 3. Star Wars Battle Pod. In an age where arcade games are struggling to make business, it's amazing that a game like Star Wars Battle Pod is able to create so much hype and praise. Unveiled at the New York Comic Con in 2014, the game features a unique dome that completely circles the player, giving them a 180-degree field of view of the Star Wars worlds. Pod itself gives the feeling of actually flying an X-Wing through the film's most popular set pieces, helping to create one of the most original and fun Star Wars games in years. Number 2. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes. What happens when you combine two gigantic companies with well-known characters into one game? Epicness ensues. This is the lesson that gamers learned in 2000 when this game was released to much praise. While the original introduced the concept of a 2-on-2 crossover fighter, this game went totally overboard with a total of 56 playable characters in 3-on-3 matchups. Making use of over-the-top super moves and massive combos, not to mention an almost infinite amount of team-up possibilities, and the novelty of two brands fighting against each other never truly wore off. Before we look at the best arcade game that the 2000s had to offer, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Dance Dance Revolution series. Okay, so the original game technically came out in 1999, but because its later versions were released throughout the 2000s, we consider this the best series the 2000s offered in arcades. Players stomp their feet in time to the music by following the on-screen arrows, though as we all know, this is harder than it looks. This method of gameplay quickly earned praise and led to numerous knockoffs and influenced other popular rhythm games. It may not have been the first rhythm game, but it was the biggest breakout hit for the genre. And while we never may be as good as this guy, it's fun enough for virtually anyone to enjoy. Do you agree with our list?
Now let's play Metal Gear for real.
What arcade game from the 2000s is your favorite? For more fun top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
We did it!